Hey everybody, it's Matt Fury from Avid here at the Sundance Film Festival. It's not so cold, but it's getting a little cold. You know what we're doing here is we're talking to editors, we're talking to directors, we're talking to composers. We're talking to all kinds of people that have films here at the festival. One of those people is my friend editor Brian Olds, has a film with the provocative title of The American Society of Magical Negroes. Right there, that makes you want to ask, what is this film about? And Brian, I think we're going to start there. What is this film about?
Yeah, it's a pretty personal story. It's about one man's internal struggle with being black in America and how he kind of feels like he has to tiptoe around to not upset people or kind of just stay out of the way. And it is provocative. It can be polarizing, but it's a deep emotional journey, and it's pretty moving by the end.
Okay. Well, so that begs the question: how did you get this job? You're a provocative kind of guy. How'd you get this gig?
Oh, yeah, especially with this hat. I had a great interview with the writer-director Kobe Libby, who's fantastic, and we hit it off, and we had a great collaboration all the way through.
So last time I asked this question, somebody said there was no script. It was a documentary. You know, I get my notes wrong sometimes. In this case, it is a feature, and there is a script. When you read the script, what did you think?
I just thought it was different and told a very important story, and I was just thrilled to be a part of it. Yeah.
And just getting prepped for this, when you take on a gig like this, what do you do to get prepped, and what's your editorial setup?
Editorial setup is pretty basic. I cut an LCR. 2 monitors, nothing too big, 27-inch. I like to have a big enough room where I can set up kind of like a theatrical, like a mini theatrical room for the director. Yeah. So I kind of put the TV as far away up against the wall as I can and set up a little screening area for them, but also I don't like them to be in front because I like a side-by-side personal journey. It's better for collaboration, it's better for communication. Sometimes you can't do that because we get put in small rooms, but we had a great room here. And prep is just understanding the script, talking to the director, and really knowing the story and knowing the emotion and where to hit certain moments. And yeah.
So where were you cutting this, and where were they shooting?
Oh, it was runway.
Okay.
Yeah. Was it? Yeah, it was our runway facility in Hollywood. And I should probably do that over again so that I get a nice clean take, because Daniel Bernardo would be mad at me.
We don't want anybody to be mad at you, but we'll do a little doctoring. My arm is only so long, so you got to stop running away from me. I'm not used to it.
I'm not used to a microphone in my face, so I don't know. I keep wanting to.
I won't take it personally. Okay, so we know the editorial setup. We know you're cutting in Hollywood.
Yep.
In terms of the dailies process and communicating with the director, how did that work?
We had our dailies run through a facility. Every day, the assistant would load, Tom Pila, who's fantastic, would load in our dailies. I always like to have my script notes printed out, watch dailies from start to finish in the order they shot so I can see adjustments and see changes, not really in scene order or cutting order, but just exactly how they shot and progressed through the day. And I would try to talk to Kobe every single day as much as I could. I know he's busy out there. Directors are always busy on set, but I like to give my feedback and see if they have any favorite thoughts or takes or moments, or if there's another thought that I could use when I'm putting a scene together. I think that communication is super important.
So we were chatting earlier, we were talking about some of the bigger feature films you've done in the past. So, clearly, you're no stranger to bigger projects. Is there a difference for you at all in terms of working on a studio feature versus doing an indie?
No, they're all just as important. You want to make them all work really well. And they all have to fire. They all have to just be really, really good. And if not, we're kind of failing.
Are there any particular tools in Media Composer that helped you on this job?
One of my favorites is the script tool.
Script Sync, yeah.
Yeah, the Script Sync is especially for improv, it's massive, because when you're in changes, when you're in post, and you're making versions, you're trying to figure out the best way to cut a scene, the best pattern of jokes, the best combinations of jokes and reactions. To have that, I mean, it's a lot of work for the assistants, because we can't use the auto sync because they're just running lines, they're riffing, and it has to be a manual setup. So they hate it, but by the end, it's so helpful, because if the director comes in and says, show me all the times they said, fart, you can just search and find it real fast. And it's insanely helpful. Yeah.
So I believe you have a premiere coming up in a few hours, which is very exciting. What did you have to do to get ready for Sundance? Obviously, you cut the film, but then when you find out, okay, we got into the festival, what's next? What do you have to do that's unique to being at Sundance?
This is my first time. I just booked a flight with my wife and we came out here and that's it.
Well, there's the travel part of it, but I'm talking about like the screening itself. Are there any technical things that you need to do?
Yeah, well, we did our tech check at 10 this morning. It's all laid out great. It looks good, sounds great. We made a couple little minor adjustments, but it's going to look great, and we're very excited. And other than that, just try to be mentally prepared for whatever's going to happen once we show this to the world.
Well, I mean, there's nothing left to do but enjoy the screening and have fun. I appreciate that you came by and talked to us, and best of luck with the film.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, there you go. Another fantastic editor here in Park City, Utah. There's going to be more. So what you got to do is stay tuned to the Avid social media channels and see who we got next. I'll see you there.